Mike's Daily Podcast.
I had one of those moments when I was driving to work today that I thought, oh, I'm not going to make it in. I stopped on this hill and my car stopped and I couldn't get it started. It finally just started. So, hey, that's what happens sometimes in the summertime. It gets really hot and then it gets cold and then I don't know what's going on, but it got me to work.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
And I think I enjoyed my evening. It flew by.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Did I get more sleep? Well, haha. That's what I had to say about that, because I think it's difficult in the middle of the week to get enough sleep because you're running middle of the week. It's crazy. What was this thing called? Oh yeah, this show's called
Mike's Daily Podcast.
And oh, there was an enormous moth in my bedroom. That's right. I had to catch that and release it
Mike's
outside
Daily
in the wild
Podcast.
because that's what I do.
Yeah!
What else do I do? I guess on this show, I'd like to talk to you about things that are... Oh, wow. It got quiet all of a sudden. I wonder who's coming in today. I wonder what episode it is today. I wonder what the soup is today. No, I never eat soup. In the winter, maybe. Oh, it's episode 1677. 1677. Look who walked in. Hi, Mike. It's Benita the Rodeo Queen. How y'all doing? I love soup. Oh, and I see your horse Nelly. Yeah, I brought her too.
And it's a disgruntled fiddle player tell you what.
What?
I find soup is okay, especially if it's got bacon.
Especially if it's got bacon? Yeah, especially if it's got bacon. Look who else walked in.
Oh, Mike, I make the delicious root beer. I'm the brew master. Oh, have some.
Thank you. It's great to have some right now. So, my show is going to be less than 20 minutes from now on. I just want you to know. If I look over at my clock and I'm going past 20 minutes, I'm going to shut it down. I'm going to cut it off. Oh, that doesn't sound... Go! It sounds like I'm going to... Oh, you know what I did yesterday? That's right. I went on Facebook.
And here's today's podcast picture.
And through my Mike's Daily Podcast website, podcast Facebook page, or whatever you call it, I have set up an event. So it will every day tell you that at 9 o'clock, around 9 o'clock is when this show is going to be posted. Even though I recorded, well, it's 5:49 right now. But the podcast picture today is of someone who is here. Do I have to do the door opening sound effect? How about the door closing sound effect? I can do that one. And locked in with us is this guy. Hey, Mike, it's Bison Bentley. Do you know that? Yes, you work out in the parking lot and you drive cars. Oh, wait a minute. Let's start over. Erase everything I just did. Okay, here we go. From the top. Welcome to Mike's Daily Podcast. I haven't gotten enough sleep. I'm so tired.
Wow!
Oh, la podcast today. episode 1677. Hey, look, it's Bison Bentley. Oh, wait. No, we haven't seen. Let me start over. Hey, it's about I've locked day here. Excuse me.
Excuse me!
I never get enough sleep. I'm always tired. I am so sad. Hey, and I'm really busy right now.
I'm really busy right now.
With doing a show. And, oh, look who just drove into... Cafe Anyway. Everybody, it is... Bison Bentley.
Wow.
Yeah, it's me. Do you know that? All right, that worked much better, didn't it? No? That was an attempt to bring this show up to a level that you would enjoy. But if I offended you...
But if you get offended, that's the way the cookie crumbles. No.
That's how the cookie crumbles. So, I was listening to this show about how it's interesting about the tariffs. And the tariffs are a bad thing. They're a very, very bad thing. It's what's it? Wait, where'd it go? Oh, here he is.
Which is a very good thing. Which is a very, very good thing.
So people that defend it go, oh, we had to renegotiate our deals. China was stealing all our intellectual rights because we have a lot of intellectualism here in the U.S. and they were stealing it. And there was all these other things to do with farmers, stuff that farmers make, etc. Well, apparently, no. Everybody, we slapped it on China. Okay, we understand China. Then all of a sudden it was Canada. It was the European Union. It was Europe. Our allies in Europe. And so now Europe and Canada and everybody is fighting back, is firing back. And you know who's feeling it? The farmers, the people, dun. The ones that voted for Trump in the beginning. And he said that...
I will tell you at the time. I'll keep you in suspense.
He kept us in suspense. Oh, and there's a tape on him today. Michael Cohen put the tape out. And it's so funny because now Trump throws him under the bus. And yeah, that's what Trump does. If you turn on him and release a tape, and he's like, who tapes a client? What the hell? Well, you should have known your Michael Cohen better, and you should have thought this tariff thing out first. Because now the people that voted you in hate you, because now they're not going to be able to sell. So a $15 billion Band-Aid is passed. A bailout. Yes, a bailout. Remember that word? Bailout? Back, frickin' Republicans always blame Obama for the bailout, the economic bailout. And it was actually George W. Bush that started it. So
Washington's made things worse.
So Obama got blamed for that. He kept it going because we needed it, because we were things were blowing up all over. So now we've got Trump, who made a mistake, who made his little mess in the kitty box, and now he's trying to cover it up by putting this Band-Aid out there, the $15 billion thing for the farmers. Okay, wonderful. That's money out of you and mine's pockets. So that sucks. Hey, another thing that sucks is Bart. So I was having this discussion with my lovely lady friend, who made a wonderful pasta dish yesterday. You know, I used to never make... like once in a while I would make the only Italian dish I would ever make at home is my crock pot lasagna, which is super healthy. You use you set it and forget it. You don't have to you just fill up the crock pot itself with all the items you would have in a normal lasagna. But because a crock pot is so much smaller, you don't have this huge dish you got to cover with all those noodles that you've boiled. This, you just throw the noodles the hard noodles in, and they get... Did I say hard noodle? I got to be careful with what I say on this show. Ah! I don't know what I meant. Go! But maybe I have to work on my... Oh, I lost my... Where did Archer go? Oh, here we go.
Phrasing.
That's it. I have to look at my...
Phrasing.
So, yeah, and then the crockpot lasagna would make it all for you. You didn't have to boil the noodles ahead of time, is my point. So it was very healthy and delicious. But my lovely lady friend made some wonderful Italian food yesterday. And as we were making it and eating it, I was helping her with it. She and I were discussing the horrible things happening on BART lately. There was a young lady that was killed over the weekend by some kind of deranged homeless person, I think is what they said. And it was, at first, the African American community was starting to riot in Oakland, and a speaker for one of the organizations that usually does some kind of activist displays said, well, we told the community to stand down, because this is not a situation of white versus black racism violence. This is some deranged individual who killed someone, and it's very unfortunate that this person was in society and went to the extreme that he did, this deranged individual murder. So apparently someone else died on BART last week, and this knowledge was not released to the general public until after the incident on the weekend. Apparently someone had been pushed down and was run over by a BART train, is what I hear. So be careful on BART. Still, in all the years and all the people that travel on BART, I'm sure the record is not that bad. I would say, however, that I am just amazed when I get on BART and the guy in the little booth downstairs doesn't do a dang thing. He sits there. I don't know what his job is. People are walking through that little door that opens, that it's emergency only, and violators will be cited. Nobody cites the violators that go through that emergency door and don't pay. And he just sits there, and if there's any weird activity, he doesn't do anything about it. He's got to call the BART police. This is what I found out through Jarrell Nemay, who's been on the show. And the BART police then have to go and do whatever, but it takes that long. And they're supposed to be BART police. You know, they're like regular police. And there's actually a police station in the Castro Valley one, right across. There's a street there, and it's right across the street. So they're supposed to be monitoring and making sure. But then we had that horrible issue a couple of years back where someone was killed by a BART policeman using a taser gun, and there was a movie made about that. But anyway, that we need them, and it's situations like this that will hopefully bring this more attention to it. So my point being is that people on social networks that are always dieting and posting on like Facebook, look how much weight I lost today. That's fine. I'm fine with you, doing your strides towards losing weight. Good on top of you is what I say.
Phrasing.
But still, if you are still doing the diet like 5 years later, or you're doing a different diet, and this is maybe the 5th diet or 10th diet you've been working on, I don't want to see that on the social media. Oh, who's calling me? Yes, sir. What's up? Uh-oh. I thought the same thing. I was going to do the same thing, but okay, bye. You do not know what discipline it takes to come in to work at 5 a.m. every day. It really, and that guy there, it's been hard on him lately. So good on top of him. Wait a minute.
Phrasing.
I still don't think I got that expression right. So yeah, maybe change your. Don't publicize is what I'm saying. As we go outside a cafe anyway, we're bringing Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcaster Valley, short and sweet. I may not be that sweet though, as my lovely lady friend pointed out. You were angry yesterday, Mike. Yeah, I was, about the Russian girl complaining. That really set me off. And what was it the day before? Not getting enough sleep. Now I'm used to it. But yeah, people on social networks always dieting. Don't you narcissist. Don't show every freaking, look, I lost a pound. Just, do it for a little while, but don't keep doing it for 5 years is what I'm saying. And I've known a lot of people that do that. Over 5 years, I'm dieting. You know what dieting is? Diet is die with a T. But that's a Garfield joke. But the point is that you should just, if you've dieted once, maybe just keep it to yourself. Get a real person to be, instead of these Facebook quote unquote friends, get someone who's a real sponsor, a real person that will be there to motivate you if you need such. And people waste so much food in restaurants. Have you been to a restaurant lately? I have not. Except for Cafe Anyway, where I just walked out of. People just waste food. It's crazy. It depresses me. The amount of food. I see plates on tables that are, after the people have left, full of food. What the hell? They just buy and they nibble or whatever. and they let the rest get thrown away. Yeah, it's still happening in 2018. When will we ever learn? And finally, there is a horrible thing. I dealt with my car issues today, but here's a car issue we deal with in the Bay Area, and that is the Bay Area blind pullout. Maybe that's
phrasing.
Another Archer's helping me out a lot today. People just, you're driving down the street and there's somebody about to pull out in front of you, and they're supposed to wait, till you go by. No, they just pull out right in front of you and they didn't even look. They just pull right out. And that, my friend, happens all the time in the Bay Area. And it's why there's a lot of this going on. So, please drive carefully in the Bay Area. Thank you for listening. It's a super secret. No, it's not a super secret Sunday show. It's a Wednesday show, but it's super quick. So the next show is going to be the wonderful... Who do we got? We got... Madame Rutabaga, who my lovely lady friend has come up with an impression of. She can do Madame Rutabaga, and it's a little bit disturbing. But I'm... you know what? Good. She does it so well is why it's so disturbing. I'm like, oh my god. Madame Rutabaga is right in front of me. And then I want to sail away.
I'm sailing away.
To get away from Madame Rutabaga. But she'll be in the next show to set everything straight. And yes, we'll also hear from... Oh, by the way, Basil the Boxer is in today's podcast picture. So check that in drawing form. In drawn Basil the Boxer. And finally, we'll have the Valentino and Bison Bentley will be back. So that's all next show. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for listening to Mike's Daily Podcast. If you didn't like the name of this show, well, that's sad because that's my name, Mike. And the website, I think is what I'm trying to say, is MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST-1677-Taped. And check that out. All the links to all the social media where I talk about how much weight I'm losing and how many awful powder drinks I'm drinking. And no, I don't do that. I don't believe in that. Eat healthy. Gosh dang it. Eat fruit. That's what I'm saying. Eat vegetables. Have a healthy, balanced diet. Yes, the most boring thing you've ever heard. I'm going to end the show with that.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at MIKES-DAILY-PODCAST.com.
Email Mike now at MIKES-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com.
See you tomorrow. Bye!